too interesting. But I thought I'd show you what I do for a living. I install commercial overhead doors. Heading out to a precast concrete company. Do one of their bigger doors. And ought to be interesting. I thought you guys might like to see it. See just how these things work. They're simple machines, but when things go wrong, they usually go really wrong. And they can be pretty dangerous. So most of the things that apply as far as safety to a door this size, which is easily big enough to drive a large concrete truck through, the same size door. You could drive a box car through for a train. We have some of those as well in the area. Same things apply to your door at home. So that's about all for now. I'll fire this thing up again when we get there and see what I'm dealing with and see how I'm going to fix it. You guys can see what goes into, I don't know, working on and fixing one of these doors. I don't know if this is going to be a terribly interesting video or not, but I've seen other guys do stuff about their jobs, so I thought I'd chime in. That's all for now. We'll see you when we get there. Bye. Okay guys, we're here. This is the door. Both of the cables are off on that thing, which means that thing's free floating there. Just a small obstruction, the fact that the door's a little bit crooked holding it up. That thing comes down, you got a ton and a half of door moving at about 70 miles an hour. Basically, you got a really dull guillotine. Okay guys, those are the cables to the door. Both sides are off. Basically this door was just, I'm going to pan down. There's the bottom of the door. Right where that little roller is right there, it's stuck in the track. That's what's holding this door up. And as I said, this door weighs at least 2,000 pounds. Guys were driving vehicles under here, they were walking under here. When I showed up, there was a couple of guys standing under it having a conversation. Don't do that. It's just dumb. Here's what it takes to hold this thing up. We call that the counterbalance. And what these springs do is they counterbalance the weight of the door. Each of those springs weighs, I don't know, somewhere around 200, 250 pounds. They're 8-inch springs. Inside there's another spring that's 6 inches. A lot of steel to hold this baby up. And as you can see, there's 4 of them on this door. The ideal thing is for those springs to equal the weight of the door, so that that little operator right there can open and close it. As you can see, the first thing I did when I showed up was I put 4 of these vice grips on the door. There's one there, one below it. They're holding underneath 2 of these rollers. They have the same thing on the other side. So that's what we're dealing with. I gotta make this bad boy work again. I better get to it. I'll talk to you later. Here's a little bit closer view of the cables. Not bad. A lot of times they'll get wrapped around that shaft. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but there are keys in the keyway and set screws in that drum. They'll get wrapped around that. And as the door falls, they'll tighten up, and that'll either ruin or break the cable. In this case, I was here not too long ago and replaced these cables. Each one is 57 feet long. It is, like I said, 57 feet of 3/16 by 19 aircraft cable. Expensive stuff. Anyway, that's what we're starting with. Okay, what we're doing here is getting it unwrapped. I got lucky with this drum. The other drum, the cable was out, so basically I had no idea whether that cable had the correct number of wraps on the drum, and I see by the number of wraps on this drum that it did not. So luckily, instead of starting all over and guessing, I can rewrap this drum. I may have to do some adjustments on where the springs and shafts are in relation to the door so that I have enough cable to put the proper amount of wraps on this drum. This is going to make it somewhat easier. This, and this is what we do. Can be a pain. You can see these things are often snarled in one way or another. Anyway, I'm going to work with this, and I'll start it back up when I've got some results to show you. Okay guys, there it is done. Door's back in shape. Back straight. This door is a bit larger than usual, and it's got some things on it that are different than what you'd see on an average door. The cable comes up, it hooks to the bottom of the door in order to support the weight of the door. It comes up over this pulley, follows the back, goes around that pulley, comes back up, and then goes onto the drum. The reason for that is that this door is big enough, and hence this drum is big enough, that if the cable went up and went straight to the drum, it would come over far enough as it crept over and wound up cable that it would catch on that door. That's why it has that extra set of pulleys on it and everything. It's a large, heavy door. As I said, I had to put actually take 3 turns off in order to get the cables on the drums again. So what I did is I used the opener to do that. I didn't show you how I did that, mainly because I don't want some Nimrod trying it at home And coming back saying, well, Northland Prepper did it and I followed his instructions and now I don't have any fingers. I've been doing this for 11 years. I'm pretty good at it. I know the ins and outs. Don't try this at home. Even on a small garage door, if you have any doubt whatsoever about what you're doing, I don't care if you're an auto mechanic, farmer, you know, if you're up there and you have a question and you can't figure it out for yourself, at the very least, call a professional and ask. It would probably be better to have him come out and do it. He gets paid to take those risks. What's your life worth? I've got all kinds of stories of guys that wanted to save 150 bucks on a service call. Found him dead in the morning. What's your life worth, guys? Don't try this at home. That's it. It's running. Mission accomplished. Talk to you later. Okay, guys. Here's your culprit. See that teeny little screw? That's a 1/4 inch screw. 1/4 inch bolt, I should say. That was loose. There's the bottom roller. That bolt is catching that roller and stopping this monster door. Stopping it enough so that it took the full weight of the door and unrolled the cables from the drums. Looking at this, I see a couple more here that are not loose but haven't been tightened down all the way. There's a little star type shape, little barbs on here that stick in the metal. And this hasn't been pulled tight. So I'll fix that and that should fix their problem. $5-cent screw. Okay, that's the end of this video. I feel like I ought to reiterate one thing. You know, guys, don't try that. It's a dangerous thing to do. Like I said, I've been doing this for 11 years. I've done hundreds, if not thousands, of those doors. I know the ins and outs of it, and I know the danger signs, and I know the little quirks of the different systems. You know, for a layman to try that, yeah. And I'm not putting down anybody's ability, you know, smarts, anything like that. You know, insert your expertise or your profession here. If you have any questions about doing something like that, even if you figure you have the knowledge to it, and you know, I'm sure some people do. If you have any questions, at the very least, like I said, call a pro and ask. So, for anybody who does watch this video, for anybody who is interested, you know, thank you. Thought it'd be a fun thing to do.